Hey, DC Wright-Hammer here. So we've all had writing and maybe even publishing failures. Maybe it's marketing failures or just failures in life in general. And I wanted to make a video to talk about how you can flip the script on those failures and you can actually use them to motivate you rather than to bring you down. Let me explain. So let's say you've been writing for an hour or two or whatever, and you get through to the end and you just read it back and you're like, yeah, I can't use any of this. Or let's say you try to go to publish that novel and the editing just isn't finishing on time and you can't meet the deadline you've told a bunch of your readers. And maybe it's a sequel. Oh, you're releasing a sequel that people are actually anticipating and it's not going to come out when you said it would. This happened to me exactly because I did not plan well. Or maybe you run a marketing campaign and you spend a little bit of money, or hopefully not a lot of money, but you don't get the sales that you are expecting, or maybe you get very few or almost no sales whatsoever out of this marketing campaign that you put a lot into. I mean, I think we can all agree that failure sucks because you put your time, effort, emotions into these things, and then to have them not work out, you can start to feel it in your chest, this dissatisfaction, this feeling like, oh my gosh, what's going to happen as a result of these failures? I can't believe I let myself do this. I can't believe it didn't work out. And then it can get discouraging, like, well, why do I even write? Or why am I going to publish that next book? Or why am I ever going to market again? I mean, it's a failure. I'm going to fail. It's not going to work out. I'm going to waste my time. I'm going to waste other people's time. It's the energy. All this stuff is, what's the point? Why am I ever going to do any of this again? And so what I've learned to do in these situations where failure is imminent, or maybe it's already happened and I'm living it, is a couple of things. The first thing is to acknowledge the failure, meaning don't try to make excuses, don't try to cover it up, don't try to pretend it didn't happen. It happened or is happening, and in a lot of cases there's nothing you can do to turn the tide, make that failure suddenly become a success. Sometimes there is, but oftentimes there isn't. And then once you get that feeling, sometimes it's in your chest, sometimes it's in your gut, whatever it is, where you just feel like you wasted so much, that you feel like you gave a piece of yourself you'll never get back, and it feels like nothing is ever going to go right again. And just breathe. Just take a moment and gather yourself and give yourself some space. Maybe you need to be alone, or maybe you need to be around people, but just give yourself some time and acknowledge those feelings, acknowledge the physical reaction that comes with failure. And then I like to do this little thing that writers are really good at, including myself, and I like to pretend, even if it's just in my head to start, that somehow, if I can't see it today, that failure is actually something I can be proud of. That misstep, that wasted time, wasted opportunity, that chapter I wrote I'm never going to use, that character I created out of thin air, and I wanted them to serve this particular role in this book, this chapter, this scene, whatever it is, they're never going to see the light of day. And I take myself to a place like I do when I'm writing, and I think, this is a success because I tried. This is a success because I was being productive. I was attempting to succeed. This is a success because I'm not going to let it get me down. I'm going to learn from it and I'm going to do better next time. Because if I take a situation and I do learn from it and I do get better as a result, or whatever it is, maybe I just chalk it up and walk away, but I don't let it get me down, that is a success. So I wanted to make a video to kind of talk through that process, the thing that I've learned to do most recently. You don't necessarily have failures or mistakes, like Bob Ross said, happy little accidents. And just try to think about them that way and move forward. Really appreciate anyone who's watched this long. Remember to subscribe to the channel if you like this kind of content. Give this video a thumbs up, and I will catch you all next time.